All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-through for a short but sweet edition of the drive-through, sponsored by the deli. Hungry? Stop by the deli. Get yourself a Cajun chicken with provolone on whole wheat with sweet hot Coops mustard. All right, so look, quick video today. I told you guys that we were going to learn how to factor for a reason, and here is that reason. First, I want you to notice that now these are equations. What's the difference between this week and last week? Boom, the equal sign. That's what makes these equations. Since they are equations, we can solve them. Last week we were just practicing our factoring, okay? So I want you to just follow along. This is wrong. What I'm about to do is wrong, so I'll do it in red. X squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, well maybe you were told, we'll get all of the letters on one side. X squared minus 5x equals negative 6. Well, now what do you do? I mean, do you divide by x? That gives you x minus 5 equals negative 6 over x. And you could just keep going round and round in circles, and you would never solve it that way. It does not work, okay? So what you have to do is factor. That's how you do these. So you're looking for two numbers that multiply to be 6 and add to be negative 5. Since they multiply to be positive but add to be negative, I know that they are both negative. I have to remember to write down my equal sign and write down my 0, okay? Because these are equations. All right, so they're both negative, and they're going to be negative 3 and negative 2. Now, this goes back to one of these counterintuitive things that we mentioned when we were talking about parabolas. The answer to this question is actually positive 3 or positive 2. Okay? And the reason why those are the answers is that you got to think about this. You've got two things. You got A times B, and the answer is 0. Well, how do we multiply two things and have the answer be 0? Either A equals 0 or B equals 0 if A times B equals 0. Do you follow that? So then what we are actually doing to get from this step to this step is we are solving the equation x minus 3 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0. And that's, when you solve those, you get x equals 3 or 2. Now let me make sure you understand what the heck we're doing, because you know that's important to me. Okay, let's graph this on y equals clear. So look, we're going to say, instead of letting 0 equal this, we're going to let y equal that. So if I graphed y equals x squared minus 5x plus 6 graph. Ba-boom! Look, it hits the graph at x equals 2 and x equals 3. Don't believe me? Check the table. 2, 0, 3, 0. Oh my gosh, it's starting to make sense. Let's do another one because I'm so hyped. Okay, a little tougher now. It looks significantly different. So now we got to come up with a strategy. So step 1, set equal to 0. Okay, so let's add 4 to both sides. And you get 2x squared plus 6x plus 4 equals 0. Step 2, simplify. Okay, I'm going to divide each side by 2 because I'm allowed to do that. And that gives me x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Oh! Step 3. Factor. Looking for two numbers that multiply to be 2, add to be 3, x plus 2 times x plus 1. So now you can see, if you didn't learn how to factor last week, well, you don't have a chance to do this. So you're going to have to use your graphing calculator. Okay? Not that that's a bad thing, but there's a non-calculator part of some tests, and you'll be in trouble there. And honestly, you should be able to whip through these faster by factoring than you would by putting them into your calculator and checking your table. Okay, so here we're not done yet. Either x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals -2 or -1. I'm telling you, once you get to here, you can just think the opposite, because that's what it's going to be. So step 4 was solve, and then step 5 is check. Okay, so I can plug this thing into my calculator or this thing into my calculator, just so you know they're the exact same equation. I'll plug the top one in just to prove you. So y equals, clear, 2x squared plus 6x plus 4. Graph. Boom. -2 or 1. Table. Oh my goodness. It's that fire. Boom!